watching the SCAC Spring Media Days. Today we're taking a look at the Texas Lutheran University tennis programs. The Bulldogs, of course, coming off a season last year in which the men posted a 9-12 record overall and falling in the fifth place match at the SCAC tournament, while the women posted an 11-9 record, the most wins since the 2014-15 season, and won the fifth place match at the SCAC tournament. The Bulldogs will be led as they head into the season by interim head coach David Schneider, along with senior Eric Wendt on the men's side and Madison Dyer on the women's side. Coach Eric, Madison, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, we'll start with you. You take over as interim head coach on January 16th, an incredibly quick transition. What I would imagine has been somewhat of a whirlwind as you return back to your alma mater where you played. What has this transition been like? What have these first couple of weeks been like as you've sort of got your feet under you and get prepared for a new season?
Well, it's definitely been a transition. It's been fun. So I kind of have dove right into the program, getting to know all the players, and just kind of getting back in the swing of things. Played for Coach Hunt in this program, so I know, kind of the ins and outs of practices and competition, weights and conditioning and all that. But it's been just getting back into the swing of things, learning once again how we do everything. And like I said, just getting to know the team, getting to know the players, working with some different lineups, and it's been exciting. I'm ready to go.
For both Eric and Madison, as seniors on both of these respected programs, what has been your mindsets going into this season? How have you sort of, shouldered some of that leadership responsibility with the transition and head coach David Schneider coming in? What have you seen as that transition has unfolded? Do you feel like it's been fairly smooth for both teams to this point of the year?
Well, at least for the men's team, we've worked really hard on making sure that we do things the same way we have been for however long we've been on this team. So for the two seniors on the men's team, we've been making sure that all the newcomers and younger players are staying focused on just tennis and focusing on the season and not so much paying attention to the changes.
I know for the women's team, we're very excited for Coach Schneider to be here. There will be little changes, but I know we're helping the newcomers get adjusted to that, as well as the returners too. So.
Eric, for you individually, last season you posted a 5-8 record in singles play, with the bulk of that work coming at the number 6 singles spot. Talk about your individual game. What have you been working on over the course of the summer through the fall season to continue to grow and get better as you head into this senior season out there on the court?
A lot of my work has been improving consistency in my baseline game. I spent a lot of time playing serve and volley last season. I'm trying to add a few more elements so that no matter where I end up in the singles ladder or even on the doubles court this season, I'll be prepared to help in whatever way Coach Schneider needs me to.
Madison, for you last year as a junior, you posted a 6-10 record in singles, predominantly at the number 2 and number 4 singles position. Similar to Eric, what have you been working on in your game over the course of the summer and through this fall to continue to prepare and be as ready as you could possibly be when you hit the court this year as a senior?
For me, it was mainly my fitness. I worked on more like my endurance training throughout the summer. That has really helped me on the court. I think I'm in the best shape I have been out of my 4 years here, so that's made a huge difference, I think, for me.
Coach, for you, someone who played and has been a part of this program, what has been your message early on to both of these teams? Where have you tried to kind of put your fingerprints and implement, some, whether it's strategies or messages to both of these groups as you sort of continue in this transition phase?
Well, I think in the past few weeks, it's been both Coach Hunt and I kind of working together. So we've been, staying consistent with the plan. And, in the next few weeks as well, I think that consistency will continue as far as practice goes and competition planning and how we prepare for matches. But I think on the same note, I will just continue to start kind of implementing some things here and there, and kind of just, especially in matches, making an imprint on my style, I guess, of coaching and just kind of go from there. But consistency, I think, in how we practice and how we compete is going to continue. Doing it the way that we've been doing it, because it's a successful imprint that's worked over the years.
Eric, for you, you talked about some of the things that you're working on to improve, specifically sort of your serve and volley game. Describe your style of play. Where are you most comfortable out there in a singles match? Are you someone who has a big serve and is trying to get the point over, with a winning volley as soon as possible? Do you enjoy kind of the serve and rallying? Where are you most comfortable out there in your game out on the tennis court?
Well, typically I try to adjust based on my opponent. Especially in the men's game, you encounter a lot of different play styles, so it kind of takes a couple games to adjust to each different opponent. I like to serve big and try and get in and finish points, but if it's sort of the kind of match that requires you to grind it out and be aggressive from the baseline and just wait for your moments, then I'm comfortable doing that as well.
Madison, for you last year, you posted a 7-9 record in doubles play, almost all at that number one doubles spot with Allie McLean, who graduated as a senior. Talk about your doubles game, finding a new doubles partner. How has that sort of transition been? What do you enjoy most about doubles? Is it a different mindset for you than your singles strategy?
Yes, I enjoy doubles a lot more than I do singles. My doubles partner this year is MP Hubert, and the transition has been very easy because we live together, so we have that connection on and off the court. So I'm excited for that, but also I hope to keep the same strong season that me and Allie had last year.
Coach, sticking with the doubles teams, as a head coach, what is your sort of philosophy when it comes to doubles? Obviously, tennis at its core is a single sport, but the way we compete at it here at the college level, it becomes very much a team aspect, and certainly doubles plays a huge role in terms of, sort of setting that sort of momentum, sort of setting that pace early on and gaining, strength at the beginning of a match. Is that something that you and the rest of these guys really practice on throughout the course of this season? Is that something you put a lot of emphasis on in terms of your doubles play?
Yeah, absolutely. Doubles is crucial for any dual match. It kind of sets the tone for the match. So our philosophy in doubles is to stay aggressive. We're working with a couple different lineups this year, but we practice really well as far as doubles goes. We switch up a lot of formations. We throw a lot of different, things at our opponents, and ultimately we're looking to be the first team at the net and finish off points at the net. So I think I think we have really strong doubles teams going into this year, and I think competing wise, we're going to come off strong, and we're going to start these matches with some wins in doubles, and that's just going to propel our singles and really set the tone for all of our matches.
Finally, to wrap things up with Eric and Madison, for the two of you, as you've looked ahead to this 2019 season and had discussions with your teammates about the goals for this year, what have those discussions looked like? What are some of the goals that you and your teammates are trying to accomplish heading into this year?
Well, on the men's team, we have a lot of new players. Our team has pretty much doubled in size since last year. So one of our main goals is to get a lot of those younger players more experience. And like Coach Schneider said, we're experimenting with a lot of doubles teams, so we're getting the opportunity to get a lot of people playing with experienced players, get more people time on the court, and hopefully push the program in the right direction with these new players.
Coach Hunt has left us with always make your teammates better, so I think that going into this season, that's a big goal for us, is to always make our teammates better no matter what, on and off the court, be there on the sidelines if you're not playing, whether you're in or out. So that's a big deal for us on the women's side.
And finally, Coach, to wrap things up with you, certainly a lot of moving parts as you settle into this transition as the interim head coach there at TLU. But this sixth season is successful if what happens? What are you hoping to kind of see unfold from both of these programs that in your eyes will be deemed a success heading into the year?
Well, I think just competing hard every match. Like I said, we've practiced incredibly well to start the semester. We started off our first match this past weekend against Howard Payne with some really good wins and some really solid play. And so that's what I'm looking for is just competing hard every match. Of course, looking to get some good wins out there, but most importantly, improvement, especially in these weeks and this next month before conference play starts. Really just getting prepared and competing hard in practice and the matches.
Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs tennis program. Again, the Bulldogs will be led heading into the season by interim head coach David Schneider, along with senior Eric Wendt and Madison Dyer. Coach, Eric, Madison, thanks so much for joining us today, and best of luck as you head into the spring season.
Thank you, Russell.